Okay, so I am streaming. I gotta do this real quick. I am streaming, but I'm gonna start off this way instead. Hello, anyone who watches this in the future, or probably who comes to watch it in the present. Right now, I'm kind of streaming this not for to apologize about me not posting a lot of videos or even talking about a lot of things, mostly because as a normal human being, I get caught up. I get working, and I have to pay some bills, and that's what my primary focus is, so I can have a house and stuff like that. And I get caught up in bills. I get caught up in where can I go with these bills? I get caught up in drama. I mean, not mine, but other people's, so I can help, And work is just I go 5 days in, and I make my money, and I keep going, and I get kind of sleepy. I get worn out. And that's just how it is. But it's not all about me just sitting here trying to not excuses, but just giving you the hard facts for myself and why I haven't done this video stuff. It's also to again, talk about my opinions, as you can see it says. And also a little chill time, So, if anyone wants to come by, talk, and come by and just, be in this little chat right here. So as I'm doing this, Vlex is doing his own thing. He's in this dungeon and doing, no, it's not a chance of meeting, I think. Actually, I think it's Juncture, and he's doing only daggers. So as I go into this, what I'm getting to in this point is, I am come across kind of a, not a normal problem, but a problem that no one really sees. And I understand the game is kind of based around this sometimes, but not all the time. I kind of at first the struggle was before my falling star. Oh, this is a notification. It's the, sorry. Instead of borrowing, oh, okay, that's a double time. Okay, my fault, guys. I have a notification loud so I can make sure that if anyone in my family needs me, they can, they do it and it goes to my speaker so I can know, I can text them. Or even call them, just in case. Before this right here happened, right? Before all this, yeah, you guys might have questions, but right now, let's just take that aside from your questions. Before this, I came to a problem of, I need extra dark, or I need extra this, or I need extra this, and it's like, me and Vlex talked about it, and it was like, well, yeah, that's the whole thing. So it always, needs something. It's that same family thing. My fault. This is good. Wow. Back to what I was saying. I'm not really into this. I'm really off right now. So me and Vlex talked, and we're saying, yeah, well, you could always build the next better fire weapon. And you could always build the next dark weapon. You could always build this, but eventually that weapon's gonna fall off, you're not using it anymore. That weapon's gonna fall off, you're not gonna use it anymore. Like, let's say if I built the Supreme, Raid can take over, or if I built the Raid before the Supreme could take over Raid. It's still a debatable instance. It's again to people's preference, Some people might like Raid better, some people might like Supreme better, some people might just say screw it all, I might just keep Spark. Some people might say build a Earth for Fire, do Supreme for Dark, and then do Raid for both. Still a lot of arguable moments there, and it's like, we talked about it, it was like, well, we can keep on doing that same old thing, keep on following the same old cycle, but the problem is, the weapon that originally is fire, originally that thing, will go away, and another weapon will replace it. So what if we made a weapon like this weapon that is interchangeable and usable? The Falling Star. It's very possible, very usable, and amazing. You just have to have the right mag setup and just be willing to do it, and be out of your comfort zone. And also in that same sentence. It doesn't always have to be a falling star. It's also about the mentality, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to see things how it is, you know, or maybe to everybody else who plays Onigiri, it's more as in like, oh, well, yeah, falling star is meant to be this, but Supreme, maybe it could be different, or Supreme can maybe be neutral, or Raid could be something else, you know what I mean? It's just like getting out of that comfort zone and actually realizing that you're doing the same thing over again. Yes, I understand that could be a beauty in the game, but sometimes, to me, I think about the match, and sometimes I think like, well, if I do this, I'm going to be in the same shoes I'm already in now. That's what I came through as a sword user, and that's why I kind of took my long YouTube break, because I was like, bro, it's like I have all this stuff busy, and I'm like, when I play Onigiri, I don't want to play it because I'm like, I'm always thinking, but not about the stream, about myself, and like, how do I get better? You know what I mean? Because before, you guys saw how it was. I was like, I think I had my fuse first, and now I came up from Tempest, and I came up from there, and it's like, what could help supply Tempest to its best use? And yeah, it's like always a fire or there's another weapon. I mean, I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, and I'm also stuttering. It's just because like I get kind of flabbergasted when I talk about this, because it's like when I built my chain, I was like, I'm never gonna stop using this. And now I mean, never. I mean, you don't use it, and that's the thing. I don't want to be that guy, you know. I want to use my whatever weapon that I cherish, or whatever weapon I just built, forever. And when I like come to fire or dark or holy or any other weapon, like if you have those and any, you good?
Let me free. Let me free.
Come before Thunderclap, and then Thunderclap. Well, you don't need it for Thunder. You can just use it for holy. And people be like, well, look at that bonus element. But it's like Thunderclap is still reigning supreme because of what it has. And it still goes up to a 130 stat of useless. I mean, not useless. Usableness. Its use is still usable at 130. Yeah, words, I'm not speaking at all. I've been messing up all day, and yeah. And I know that like I sound like a typical complainer of like probably like anybody else who's always talked about, well, events and nah, but it's like I want to change, and not just me, but like change anybody I can. And you know, some people don't need to change, but some people do. You know what I mean? And it's like I'm not to anybody who like comes across me and sees me, because I had a debate, respected that person, and I still do, but after I left, I had a lot of thinking back moment, and he said something wise to me. He said, it's not all about what like people say in general. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what people say about you or say what to do and anything. It's about like kind of if you like the way you're doing things, then do it. Then, you know what I mean? That's why that kind of hit me. I was like, bro, I need to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? If I like my Fallen Star how it is, then it doesn't really, you know, matter what anybody else says. You know what I mean? I mean, it to me, and everybody who like anybody who else thinks, oh man, this Falling Star is so amazing. So there's that one person who'll be like, that Falling Star is dumb. It should be complete fire, complete anything. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, sorry, man. I just don't think that's right, because eventually, if I do that what you're telling me to do, my weapon is gonna flop. It's not gonna be usable. It's gonna be invalid. I mean, you know, I thought about like making this video because anybody who has a Falling Star has a chance, or anyone who wants to think different, I want them to know they can, and they should, because there's more than just like doing one thing now, you know? And maybe there's someone out here just like me or Vletz or anybody in our guild who be thinking, what's next? What's usable? What can help us? What's, you know, like maybe there's I don't know. It's just I've been thinking like that, you know what I mean? Because of when me and Vletz first talked, he got his White Brilliance, but it was made in his own special type of way. And then we talked again. My Fallen Star was made in my own special type of way because of my thinking. I'm so indecisive that now this weapon can be called like the weapon, the indecisiveness of basically me, because I can change this whenever I feel comfortable. As long as I have a distraction ticket. And maybe I feel like a lot of other people need that type of weapon too, you know what I mean? Maybe it could be not Falling Star, it could be Rev Supreme. Someone's telling them, don't build it wind, don't build it ice, don't build it this. You know, and then, you know what? They're like, screw you, I want to do it because I want to. And then they're probably hitting like damage cap, not even trying. Like, oh shit, like, damn, like, they doing some good stuff out here. I like that. I'm like, hold up, what is this man doing? Hold up, what you doing? Let me see what's up, you know? And I know, it's just like, it's crazy because the way Sword is going now, and I hate to say this, we're about to flop on ourselves before anybody else starts flopping on us. I mean, I'll explain in details. Right? We have Nova, Earth, Supreme. Actually, let me go in order. We have Nova, Gallardios, Earth, Supreme, Falling Star, now Spark and Raid. Right? That's 7 fire weapons usable. And people could be saying, well, eventually some of these fire weapons don't hit as hard as Supreme, Falling Star, and Spark. That is, or Earth. And some people are dissing Earth and don't even, you know that Earth is still slept on. Earth is very usable, but I'ma chill. Some people just need to, I'ma chill. But that's like 4 weapons, 4 fire weapons to a Sword user. And I'm just saying, no one has found it suspicious that we have 4 fire weapons. Like, we shouldn't try to, like, do something different. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. I don't know. It's just like, I kind of, at a point in time, I know some Sword users, or some Sword users should have been like, some suspicious is like, why do we have 4 fire weapons? I mean, like, that's what kind of got me. And then, okay, there's the lightning weapons. Storm. Oh, actually, let me be the right. End of days Star, end of days Cross, end of days Sin, and then Thunderclap. But if you want to go high level term, still Storm, end of days Sin, and Thunderclap. No one thought, oh, okay, actually, let me add in White Flash and White Brilliance. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 of the high levels. But if we add in everything, that's 8. I'm just, for Sword users in general. I'm talking about Sword users. I'm not going to talk about everybody because I don't know everyone. So, but let's take away the ones like, end of days Star, end of days, end of days Star. We can keep Cross because maybe people use that all the way until a certain point in high level and just like, you know what, now you're gonna trade it in for end of days and end of days Sin. So I'm gonna keep that in. So I'll say I still 8, I think. Yeah. If I take away the 2 Star and Cross. No, that's not 8. That was horrible at math. That was horrible. That was real bad. Yeah, so that's 7. No. Shit. I am bad at counting. That was 9 with all the lightning weapons. That was horrible. I am really bad at math. That was 9 with the lightning weapons. And I think 8 with the fire weapons? Or less? But what I'm saying is, like, with the lightning weapons, we like, there's Holy and then lightning. And then Thunderclap, you got me jacked up. I'm using a Thunderclap all the way for lightning. And if I need a strength weapon, I'll train my end of day Sin for it because it has bonus to effect and still could be not on par but useful like Thunderclap. Maybe on par actually, especially with the skills. This is my opinion. Again, these are all my opinions. It's just, it just kind of like gets to me that no one really thought something was kind of off with fire weapons or lightning. And if someone has, then you know what? By all means, comment, like, or do something or talk to me. Because I would love to get your input and get your, we talk about this and talk about like, what happened from your time of actually like when you made that weapon and you're like, okay, well, I can't tell no one about this weapon or no one's gonna listen to me, so I'll keep it to myself. And I'm, I guess what I'm getting to is just like, I kind of shook about how like Sword thinking is basically. And I know I was going with the whole subject of Sword is gonna, like, Sword's flopping on itself with all these weapons. I'm getting to it because Sword's thinking is fast, power, but make sure to be super fast. I mean, should be the way because we don't have a lot of strength, but we can use some strength. But that's because of our weapons. Our weapons supply the strength. We had the speed to get out of the way, get away. You know what I mean? The skills attacks, the O guys, and then we had to get out the way. That's us. That's what we do. And besides that point, continue forward. We don't have the defense. We don't have elemental enhancement. We don't have super bumped up power like Aten Odachi. I mean, what else you want me to tell you? So I'm just saying, from there, we have to be on our toes. I mean, whoever came up with lunge step is either like a genius because they want a sword to succeed. I'm glad they gave us lunge step because if they didn't, damn, I mean, whew, we definitely gonna be the weakest class. I mean, back to the point. I'm sorry, I get off track. Back to the point. Sword is gonna flop on itself because we're thinking fire, 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 fire. If you have Magna knowledge, not all Magna knowledge users, let me get that straight, only thinking dark, dark, dark fire, dark, dark fire, dark, dark, dark fire. Where they can make or choose to make any other weapon. They have to be innovative. They have to try multi-class. They have to do something different, right? Like, that's what I thought. And maybe a lot of other people, they're thinking, no, we don't have to do anything. We could just stay with this one class. Sword is versatile, but most sword users are so boring. Oh, it's so versatile. I agree. I really do agree. Yes, sword is very versatile. My falling star is my first step or second step either. Yeah, my sword is my second step of me actually becoming a versatile sword user. For me.
Oh. How long does this paralysis last?
My first step is my 2 Tempest. After, like, but that's the thing though, like, you won't see a sword user being like, oh yeah, let's put some different type of skills on Falling Star or any other weapon, or make it a wind weapon when it's supposed to be this, you know what I mean? People go sword users will always go based off a stat because they're scared to try something different, or they're like, okay, if this person's hitting that high, I want to hit that high because he's a high level and that's what he did. And it's like, I'm sitting here thinking, so you want to follow that footstep because he's hitting high. So what happens when you hit that high? What are you going to do now? Well, maybe I'll just copy someone else. I'm like, well, copying will only get you so far. I mean, I learned that the hard way. Copying only gets you so far. Like, I had someone who taught me, and now I think I kind of, now I had to learn for myself eventually because I wasn't copying like 20%. Oh, okay.
Fuck.
I got hella thirsty, I ain't gonna lie. Hey Ted. Hey Ted. Are you online?
Fuck me. Stop paralyzing me, Cerberus. Cerberus. Nah. Why does that last 500 years? You don't want to explain to me why they made the services so OP. And the fact that I wasn't anywhere in your zip code and that touched me. I am actually starting to get pissed. How is that still hitting me when it's nowhere near me though? Just kill me then! Please! You're taking forever for no reason. You're just like, fuck this. Fuck you. I can hit you when you're not even anywhere goddamn near me.
Like the typical sword user. Like, okay, I understand we came far. We went from speed to like strength, right? We went from, I mean, what I mean by speed from strength is because our weapons are either the skills we put on it, where it's like, we go way of the blade, we go fierce scout focus, and it's like, okay, cool, right? Right? But it's like, the problem is now, it's like, you use those skills, but they're not, I don't know, it's like, we're either using those skills or we're not using those skills. And that's another thing, like, Phoenix Slash, right? It can be usable, but the problem is it's like, it's hard to use, so people get away from it. But it's very usable. Like, if it's hard to use, people are just like, nah, I can't do it, man. Sorry. Like, I've had my opinions on a lot of skills and certain weapons, but again, I have to take away from myself from that usual mindset to create something different. And with what you said, yes, sword users are very boring because it's like, I feel like every sword user or every person is either chasing someone. Every sword user is chasing a high level or chasing someone. I'd like to think I'm not a typical sword user. I mean, you're not typical at all. It's you know, what you do is not typical at all. Like, look at that. Look, see? You're willing to use a Phoenix Flash where people are like, nah, it's hard. And use a Crimson Sword and use the Lance, you know what I mean? You're willing to go full fire. You're willing to try different things. I mean, if I told you, okay, if I handed you a Falling Star, no, not even Falling Star, if I handed you a Rev 2, right? What would you make it? As he's gonna give me his answer, I'm gonna talk. If I handed you a Rev 2, what would you make it? Another thing that, like, it's like holy, but are you negative, holy? No, you don't have that much negative, huh? You don't have a lot of negative? What is you don't have a lot of negative? I'll tell you what it is right now. You said screw your holy? A Rev 3? You just still make it a holy? Why would you make it holy? And that's a perfect example of why you're not a typical sword user. You're willing to be like, I won't be negative holy, you know what I mean? So eventually I will get like a holy mag or get my other mags and I'll be able to use holy, you know what I mean? But some people stay stuck. Some event users stay stuck like, okay, I'm gonna be using these mags forever because they're the best mags ever, or I have to build around these mags or build around this sword and that's it, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's not going to change anything though. Like, so eventually, let's say they get the White Brilliance. Where does that leave Rev 3? Usable, yes. But, what if they made, it's still usable, but what if they made the Old Days of Sin, Rev 3, and White Brilliance? Which one are they about to give up holy for? They're about to say, oh, okay, yeah, I can, just say screw Rev 3. But what if they were, well, I'm like, I would say pause. Why not make a Rev 3 into wind, into ice, any other element besides, you know, holy? Oh, I don't diss K-Mags. I'm mad at myself for not getting 2 or 3, basically. I got 1, but I wish I got 2 or 3. But like, when it comes down to it, to me, in an honest opinion, I kind of just don't like that it makes people focus on one thing too much, where they could change a whole outlook if they chose to. Like, if I told, like, the K-Mags make people focus on dark, or let them be lazy. But if you took K-Mags away, people would start going back to that usual thing, and they would up themselves into a better perspective and thing than what they're doing now. I don't know where my phone went. Where's my phone? Okay, so my phone's gone. Maybe it's behind me? No? Where's my... Okay, I lost my... Oh, there it is. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but I just feel like K-Mags kind of make people lazy. because it gives all that good stuff, and they can use all that to advantage on a lot of other weapons. I mean, what you could probably make a Falling Star dark for yourself. You can make a Supreme would be useful too. So it's like there's a lot of yeah, that's very true. That's very, very true. I mean, it helped make me innovative, but like, I feel like it also, man, there's a lot of things I could have done with it. Like right now, like, man, I could have had a dark freaking Fallen Star right now. I could have had a lot of other dark weapons, but I feel you though, it did give me my Tempest faster. Like, I'm like right now, you can make if you made your Fallen Star, you would have a freaking Clotsing Blade. You could have Clotsing Blade and all this dark stuff on it and make it a freaking OP dark weapon. Or, I mean, you wouldn't even have to rely on freaking Supreme. You know what I mean? You could just like fuck whatever. You know what I mean? Well, Supreme be easy, of course, but let's just say you made a Fallen Star dark and it just based off attack, and you see you got like let's say some fire, at least 100, do that bonus alignment. And you have like let's say two fuse, maybe what it would be, two fuse or two mega knowledge, or but you get where I'm going with this. If you get that fire bonus element and you have the rest for dark, it's like damn, that's OP, right? It's the same for any other. Like if you have the right like enough fire with it, the bonus alignment, and then you have other mags going with it, it's like it's OP. It's done. It's like you just have to think of outside the box. That's why I like my Fallen Star so much. I'm in a party with what? I'm gonna be right. Uh, Everybody doing but. Oh man. I know like sword is like I mean I'm still with the whole sword is gonna flop on it. Sword is flopping on itself. Like we're not thinking outside the box, we're not helping ourselves. It's like if Twin Sword makes White Flash, what are their advantages? Multi-hit, freaking lightning, and holy. But like with us, it's like, well, we have Thunderclap, and now we have to focus on the holy. But yeah, but other than the day, Sin or White Flash, I mean, you can keep it at that same instance, but going for, I mean, White Brilliance is good for holy. Don't get me wrong, really good for holy. But you better have the holy to match up to that same thing. I don't know, it's like, kind of like, I don't know, just kind of makes me, like, you can make White Flash good as the White Brilliance, in a way, you could just, I mean, White Brilliance is shiny and beautiful, don't get me wrong, I like it, but if you have, like, a good enough slice, and enough holy, just enough, you're about to be, you could do well, that's it, that's all I gotta say, because Visual Hall is based off that slice. I mean, no, Visual Hall can be used with the slice. I mean, if you have enough slice, your slice can help the Visual Hall push itself with that holy built with it. So, if I put on my I did put on my holy build, it'd be like a 50 to 100, so 50 holy, and then 100 slice with my falling star, 90 holy, and 93 slice with my white flash. So that's usable. That's like, you know what I mean? It's just like how you build it helps it, but like it just, I don't know, I just don't want Sword to flop. I want Sword to succeed, but I'm repeating the same shit saying that Sword's gonna flop himself, and I feel like I gotta go into more detail on that, so I am gonna go into more detail. It's like, okay, besides our thinking, we're pig-headed. We're so pig-headed. There's a lot of Sword users who are like, I am the best, and I'm gonna be like, they're gonna say the best and not know that a lot of generations out there, meaning second, third, fourth, fifth, right, sixth, all these other generations can still teach you something. Some might be a little bit dumb. I mean, no offense, all the generations in the Onigiri community, but there's always that one person in the generation that you guys have that kind of like, oh, you know, that generation's an asshole. That generation is just dumb with their moves, or they do only attack power, like, you know. But all the generations always like, if we keep on following the same generation, it's like we're not going anywhere. We're about to fall off. We're not doing nothing. And with all the generation I'm talking about, I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm just trying to like, I want to wake us up. You know what I mean? Like, what? I remember third or second generation, a little bit up there towards like third to second through fifth or fourth. No high level really helped anybody. People could, so there's some nice high levels, but usually you would suspect on high levels that there was nobody really helping anybody. That's how it was back in the old generation. There's a lot of reasons, but there's also a lot of unnecessary and all that. I could explain that later. I could explain it now. I'm just gonna explain it now, I guess. It's because they worked for their own stuff, and to their degree, they felt like they don't need to help anybody else, even though they probably were helped, or they struggled by themselves, which even gave them more entitlement. Like, it's like that kind of happened in its own way, you know? So it's like, it's just crazy. Like, again, no disrespect. I'm going from what I've seen, and again, this is my opinion, but I've seen it happen. I was there, and it's like, what are you gonna tell me? There's this high levels were more high levels, just no complaining. It kind of built character for a lot of low levels. Because nowadays low level compared to the other low levels are way different. So like, meaning is the other low levels wanted to get stronger because this high level dissed them. This high level, you know, was an asshole. You know what I mean? These low levels got pushed by these high levels. But nowadays it's kind of like these low levels can get kind of spoiled, or kind of like just bratish, basically. And it's kind of like, damn, like, y'all ain't entitled. Y'all, you gotta work to where we are now. It's like, what do you want? Like, not in a disrespectful high level way of me saying that, just more like, don't act like a brat about it. You know what I mean? If I'm not gonna help you, if 100%, if I say I'm not gonna help you, don't say, oh, you're just like another high level, or, you know what I mean? Just help me, please, you're high level, you don't have nothing to do, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, bro, like, chill. Like, if I don't want to help you, I don't want to help you. I either have a good reason, or I just barely woke up. I'm tired. Or it's nighttime. I want to go to sleep, so get off my back. Like, I just farmed. Like, there's stuff like that, you know what I mean? I know it sounds like I'm, like, I guess, blowing steam, but it happens. It really does happen. Like, the old days high level, low levels got pushed by these high levels. Nowadays, if, like, no one helps these people, they go away. Kind of like kills our Onigiri fan base. And our Onigiri days now, here, it's like, we either follow the footsteps, move out the way, and be told we're dumb for doing something different. Where it's like the old days, they're like, huh, that's different. I'm gonna try it out and tell you if it's bad. There was actually those high levels back in the day too. But now it's like, oh, well, if it's not the meta, they're dumb. That's how it goes. It's like, well, see, and then I would come in like, still debating. Like, I would love for you to debate with me. Like, tell me what's up. And it's just crazy, you know. It's like, I don't understand a lot of, I guess, Onigiri players, because where we're heading is with sword users. I mean, Unigiri fan base and Unigiri in general, we're kind of in our self-demise. But if I add in me trying to explain this with sword users, I'm still going to explain it with sword users. Sword users got pushed because of these older levels. And also, these low levels also thought for themselves, meaning they're going to try to think outside the box to beat this high level. Well, now it's like these other low levels want to not even just follow the footsteps, but build exactly to the brim of one person, or say if I can't do it, it's done. And like if I were to actually give my weapon to someone, they would probably disassemble all my moves and put only fire. And it's like, that's cool, but you're gonna be stuck in the same track and you're gonna be basically using a bike. But you're gonna be on one of those training bikes, one of the exercise bikes, and basically going back and forth. Because I know I'm repeating myself, but it's like, it helps me get back on my track of what I'm trying to say. And I mean, I could see if someone would tell me right now, man, make that falling star into have some ice on it. I'm like, damn right, I would do it. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, if I had the Pierce or some freaking more ice, I'll do it. Like, why not? Tell me why I can't. They're like, but it's fire. Okay, but I can do it. Okay, I don't need you to tell me how I can do my shit. Like, I know my falling star. I know what it can do. And if you told me that a falling star couldn't do it, it's just like, nah, it's just the mags. That's what makes the falling star I have good. But let's go with the average sky rendering 3 temps, regular fourth match slot. I mean, you're gonna be trying to base yourself off of one mag the whole time. You know what I mean? If it has that good stuff, it's good. If it has crit, good. And if you try to use this sword, you're gonna need the same thing, either like 2 of the same thing in one lunge step, or you're gonna try to not do it. Probably have Musashi, or you better have some good crit. And if you're not gonna do it, not gonna do it. You're gonna just try to go off that element, but you're gonna just you're gonna fop yourself, man. You're gonna have to just change your whole mag setup. And there's some people who have been doing 2 Tempest, but not like been willing to ornamentate it. I'll accept it. I'm not gonna lie, I will accept it because it's still usable build. It's still, you can change it, and you probably have more free range in changing it. Meaning you can focus a lot of more ornamentations and no slots. So meaning like if you want to do a big ornamentation in your 3rd or 4th mag, I respect it. Just for me, I just like the slice that my tips come with right now, and it really helps push that edge. And you know what? I'm happy, It's like, besides the mindset, besides following people's footsteps, which is, I don't know if that's the same out. I'm just gonna keep on going what I was gonna say, because I just brain farted. Besides following the mindset, besides following the footsteps, besides those things, people are scared. Or they want to be judged in a way where they could be, I follow someone's footsteps, that's what makes me the best. And people don't know it, and people might think, oh, well, you're just saying that out of your ass. I mean, you go ask one of the people you really look up, not look up to, you go ask some sorties, or you go just see some sorties, right? You see that they're following just like the regular fire, dark, this is the way to do it. Okay, I'm better because I have my Tempest, or I'm better because I have my fire, or fire, or my dark, or all this other stuff. It's like, that doesn't make you better. That makes you just a typical, regular ass sword user. Where is that gonna get you? If you want to be better, do something that impresses somebody. I mean, honestly, this video is not for me to try to impress people with my falling star. I love my falling star because I love my falling star. But I'm not trying to impress people. I don't care what people think of me. I honestly put out videos that I want to have meaning and want to have people to think. I want people to be like, damn, he's spitting some raw facts, or I kind of get it, or I want to ask this man questions, or, you know, what else can I do? What helps me? Why am I doing this? I want people to think. Because when people start thinking, that's when everybody starts getting scared. That's when everything starts getting like, oh my God, what just happened? Because I don't know if anybody remembers, regular the first Magna Knowledge thing, it was like, oh damn, this is different. That's when everything started shaking. From everybody hop on sword to hybrid to dark elements, all this stuff. That's when everybody started shaking. Everybody started being something. I mean, that's where everything was like, oh snap, what is happening? That's where the shaking of the whole Unigiri community started happening, because we started getting something. We started getting greedy. But I think people are getting greedy in the wrong way, where it's like entitled and not realizing the mats, event mats, and not realizing that there's more to what we're doing here now and even later on. And like there's a chocolate there's a chocolate event where you got all these horn sculptures, meaning you could have built a Tempest, or you could have built a Falling Star. You could have did all this stuff. You just had to grind it out. Some players, not all players, some players can't grind out a long time anymore. Back then, it was different. A lot of players could grind out a long time. It was just crazy. You'd be up freaking 24/7 grinding. And yes, I understand. I probably said in the beginning of this video, I had work. I have work. I have drama, stuff like that, family issues, stuff like that, whatever. That doesn't mean I stopped grinding. I have closed doors because there's time for videos and there's time for self-grinding, self-reflecting, what you want to do with this game. And when you know what you're gonna do, that's how you change this. That's how you change, you know. And maybe you need to go through the sword meta to actually break the sword meta. Do that. I don't like the way sword is going now, because everybody's greedy and wants to go the same route. I can't do it. I just look and I'm like, bro, what am I doing this for? Yeah, I built a Supreme, but what's Raid gonna be for? What? Like, what if I build two? If I build two Supremes, what is Raid useful for? Glowy and extra effects, that bonus 15 something damage, and other substats. I mean, Supreme looking mighty fine too. And that's what kind of gets me, is because like no one saw that. Like, if you compare these two, okay. Someone asked me to build a nice guy, and sword, and I said okay, and I wanted to do a secret, and they saying that it would be us. I mean, how though? Like, if I'm taking energy out of if I'm taking time, energy, and effort, and did they want you build the skills, or do they just want the nice guy in general? They wanted the skills and grade? Wait up. Just the grade, or they wanted it all the way built up too? Okay, yeah, that's nah. Okay, first of all, you want my time, you want my energy, you want my materials? Nah. Just because I'm a high level, that don't mean just. Materials go as easy as 1, 2, 3. Hell no. You got me. No. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All that. Just what? Just because they think that it's not gonna be a lot of skill. No, it's gonna be definitely a lot of skills and a lot of effort. No, I mean, when I mean by effort, I don't talk about like actually doing the work or what effort usually means. I'm meaning like effort as in actually putting his right good skills on it where it lines up for any good sword user or effort as in. Yeah, that's bullshit. You got. Nah, see, I can't stand people like that. Nah. I can't. I really can't stand that. The reason I can't. The reason I can't stand that, to be honest, is because no one thinks about the materials. No one thinks about what they have to go through to build it. No one. They don't think about all that extra amount, you know? Like, Ted, you remember my, you know the deal I did, right? I told you about that one deal. The one, yeah. That deal is worth it because it's both effort on both sides, and we also have different type of luck, right? That's how that worked. Different type of luck. Different type of RNG. And that worked out for the both of us. So that's how it happened. No regret for either side. But like this one is like a one-sided thing where it's like buyers. The bazaar makes people lazy, but also they don't have anybody like they don't think basically at the same time. I'm not trying to say this person was dumb or anything. No disrespect, but mostly as a like bazaars made people in a way just only think, well, they should sell it like this because you know what I mean. Like they're like buyers. They don't think about everything else to it. I think maybe bazaars make people like that because they have the money. And they're like, you know, this is why. This is what's up. You know what I mean? Meaning, what I mean by this is what's up, this is it. Meaning like, they think only for one side. Like, you built a weapon, that's it. No, not the energy. Buyers don't get the effort that's going. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely what I'm talking about right there. And that's what kind of kills the vibe too, because like I built my first nice guy, but I bought my second nice guy, but I did not buy it for a cheap, it was not a bad price. I hope like I gave it I think 240 or more. I could be wrong, maybe less. Hey, Valets. Is he that? What? Anyway, so
Had to take off my headphones for juncture. I kept dying at the bin case because of my negative lighting.
but
Alright.
how much did I die?
I cleared it.
Not die. How much did I pay for that nice guy?
Maybe 400 OC?
Okay, cool. See, I paid 400 OC for my second nice guy because, well, first, Blood kind of negotiated. He could have went up more, but Blood negotiated, and I kind of just bought it. But in the same sense, I wasn't really tripping. I did think about the materials and everything for a person, but really was. Besides, anyway, I bought it because I understood the materials and all the other stuff. But behind that whole thing, it kind of like buyers is like don't consider everything that goes into it. When I buy stuff, I kind of have to consider like when I say something so lightly, like building an Odachi completion. That's quite a few materials to do. And if I say plus 30, that's cudgels and artisan swords, and that's time and effort to do that stuff. So it's kind of like it's just ridiculous, the mindset of a lot of buyers and just people in general thinking that just because I'm high, anybody's high level, that it's easy and they don't care about the materials. Like, it's like they don't got nothing really going on. 300 OC goes a long way because you can buy some of that stuff back that you need, I think. Let me actually, don't quote me that. Give me 1 second. I'm about to look through this, see if we actually buy this stuff back. If I can, I'm gonna have to change my... Okay. I might be wrong. Either not buy this stuff back, but somehow you had to buy soul eggs, right? You had to buy some more storage space. You buy stuff that you really need, a drop boost. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, I mean, okay. It could be drop boost. It could be prayer crystals, status resets, smelting, smelting buttons, smelting elements, smelting on B, band-aids, ornament amulets. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can buy in here that could like make up for the stuff that I just had to use to get like 300 OC. I don't know, man. It's just like from the old to the new, I see a lot of iffies, but also to the new to the old, I also see the iffies. It's just crazy. I kind of went off track again because I was supposed to say I sword flop, and I went about the buyer thing. I feel kind of. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know, man. It's not even just the weapons. To be 100%, not even just the weapons for a sword either. I mean, yeah, of course, the rebuilding kind of gets on my nerves that, you know, rebuild the fire, rebuild the lightning, rebuild the fire, rebuild the holy, rebuild the dark. You know, you have to make sure you have either one of those two. If you don't, you can still build it and somehow make it useful. But besides that point, you do the same for raid too, for the dark. We somehow make that useful. But besides that, it's like the mags, you know. If you go with a typical build, it's like, yeah, you have the fire, you have the lightning, but that's all you're gonna keep rebuilding for. But if you go different, you know, you have more versatility, and I've seen very few people do it. Also, some people are willing to spend money in the game, and I gotta respect it. You know what I mean? Not saying names, but there's one older player that scams like fuck. Yeah, I do. I feel like a lot of people know him because of the high prices, and I really don't understand. In my opinion, I really don't understand the point of scamming. Like, I recently gave someone orange glass marble, and I didn't do it because the 1 OC. I did it because I know how it was when I did it. You know, it was a struggle. I wish someone sold it to me. I mean, blue glass is easy, but orange glass was horrible for me. I had a really bad time. That's foul. You didn't even have to do that. That's... Yeah, it is trying to... I just... Man, I'm just so... I'm just really disappointed, I guess. I mean... Also, there's also been a thing... Some people know, some people don't know. There's also been a thing of like, kind of a debate of a lot of Supremes, White Flashes, Raid, Rev 3. Again, the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's like, it goes to the same topic where I'm telling you it's just like rebuilding it. And again, I think I already said this. I know I said it. I'm pretty sure. Oh, damn, he disappeared. I'm gonna go even. I'm gonna stay here. Rev 3, Supreme, yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about it because I already talked about it again. Go back to the video, alright? I'm gonna talk about one thing, and that's one thing only. I don't want sword to flop. If you have bad energy, I respect it. Maybe sword ain't for you. If you have good energy, sword probably is for you. Farming, get used to it. You know, it's life in Onigiri. Farming is 100% life. You can't do that, you're gonna have a tough time. I mean, you might be able to, if you have big money, you could probably pull off a lot of good deals and start just buying stuff. I sincerely, to deepest part of my heart, really want sword users, sword players to make it. I really do. Because I get kind of heartbroken. Not because I don't see people doing things different, but they're either going to just end up like the next other sword user they see. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, let's say Bob, Billy, Andreas, Katie are like right now the top sword users. Four people, same other people are following them. Now there's another Bill, Bob, Andreas, and Katie. But let's say there's a wild Samson who's like, I don't know, I don't really understand this, but if I do this or this, which Bill, Bob, Andreas, and Katie never thought of, but they, you know, they diss this person because they're doing something different and they don't like it. But Samson's doing his thing, and now, you know what? There's a Samson. And this Samson's up there. He's doing his thing and becoming well-known and becoming powerful. Where Bill is still Bill, Bob is still Bob, Andreas is still Andreas, and Katie's still Katie. They're still doing all that still same stuff. Because that's how they think, or how they feel the game is still played. Oh. Oh. Okay. And maybe if someone follows Samson's steps, Samson will improve, and the next Samson won't become Samson anymore because that Samson improved. He's like, Samson's thinking too outside the box. I need to do something way more different than Samson. And you know what? Now there's all these just other men. And I don't know, what I'm trying to get to is just like, I guess if you start thinking outside the box of being you could have something pop off or be something great, you know? It's just, I already repeated my problem, you know? Repeated a lot of the problems. And now that I already told you what the issues are and stuff like that, now I'm just trying to be honest with you guys and tell you my deepest things is that I truly hope you guys out here make it, you know what I mean? And don't let someone like just tell you what to do. And yeah, I understand there's a guideline, but I want you to try to break the meta. Maybe I am wrong, you know? Maybe it's not all about this or that, you know? Or maybe like, I agree with this person, but I want to do something from this person, do different from this person. Because right now, I'm trying to do something different. First is my temper. Now it's my falling star. Now I gotta figure out what else is gonna be different from me. Because once I find that out, it's a whole new world. I'm thirsty as hell. And I don't know, man. That was just something that was put on my heart. I just want you guys to think. Now I'm gonna go, whoa. I think I just like low-key birthed without burping. I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't know. I'm kind of just stumbled at this point. Not as what I'm gonna do next, but my thinking process of what can I do for myself? What can help me? Or what do I want to do just for fun? And that's what kind of helps the game become fun again, you know? Whatever you want to do, have fun with it. Because I feel like a lot of people in this game community forget to have fun. Not always that serious. Relax. Chill. You know? I mean, I might be the first person not to I probably shouldn't have said that because, you know, a lot of people be like, Archie, you don't know how to chill. You're always angry. I'm like, well, you know, chill. Okay, we can talk about this. But all seriousness, I just hope you guys do well. I would definitely make another video when I figure out what I'm gonna do next, or make another video where, you know, anybody who comes to see it is like, oh, you know, what's up? You know, I saw your first video. I kind of got inspired. How you doing? Or someone probably comments, or someone probably comes by and tells me something. But for right now, I put my 2 cents in. A little bit of wisdom. A little bit, all a bit of my opinion. And that's all I can tell you. Hope everybody does well, man. Have a good night. If it's not even nighttime, you know what? I realize it's just not nighttime, but you know what? We're just gonna drop this bit. We're just gonna drop this. Okay. Let me drop this. I said, let me. God. Okay.